Snowing in here. Yeah, snow and dust off the ceiling from your big old.
That's why you don't wipe a car down.
From your big old twice pipes. We got started. We get a little heat in it. We'll check trans fluid, and then if all that is good, then we'll pull it over.
Does it have water in it?
I did put some water in it.
Okay. Is that fuel?
It has fuel.
Okay.
Yes.
Not like the last time.
Not like that.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna crank it for a second first without the ignition, just to make sure it's not got anything in the cylinders. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Oh, in the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God!
Run it for a little bit, probably put it on the brake, and then make sure it's all burned and cleaned out, and then check the drain the oil and see if there's any condensation in it or whatever. But it also wouldn't be a bad idea to check those injectors. a developing strut problem, same as before when it did this last time. We put new strut on it then. Well, we fixed one strut, and then in between it did it again, and we put a new strut on it. We sent our struts to our shock guy, Kinetic, and waiting on those to get back. I go forward to that. Yeah, I go in between those two. Yep. Just toss it over there and let it go.
No, I can't handle that.
It'll be fine.
I need to be making this thing straight, man. It looks like a spaghetti noodle.
You get it close, it'll be alright.
Abigail, that's your service.
Just pull it.
Garbage. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. It's the boots tax. He said whenever you walk by you gotta pet me, and hopefully I'll look adorable enough that you won't stop. Tickles his belly, tickle his belly. Oh. You're feral, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, sure is. That's a wild animal right there. He's gonna grab your hand and pull it towards his face. Here's something that I wanted to check. Going over the data and stuff from the last time we took this car out on the 29.5s, those had a pretty gnarly bounce to it, and it didn't seem like it was getting any better. I changed 4-link, shock settings, you know, just about whatever you can do that would normally change it somewhere, and I didn't even really change it. The only thing that seemed to make any difference was more power, and I've come across that in the past. On a big tire, when that happens, you just feed it more power and it's fine. But on this small tire, you try and feed it more power, it just bounces worse until you get out there. And I believe it may have something to do with how, with the movement of the anti-roll bar. Of course, the big tire deal doesn't need the anti-roll bar to move super duper free. Obviously it's better, but when I put this rear end in the car, the point for the anti-roll bar where it hooks to the rear end is kind of off center, so it's not exactly centered over the axle shaft. So it takes a little bit of it adds a little bit of leverage to the rear end, but then being behind the axle, it kind of makes it more sensitive to this. And then also, because it's further back, the arms, when they swing up, they're a little bit forward of this point. Makes it more sensitive to this. And then also, because it's further back, the arms, when they swing up, they're a little bit forward of this point. They're a little bit forward of this point. So the anti-roll bar links tilt this way, not quite as bad as now because the rear end's hanging on the shocks, but when the rear end goes up in the car, this rotates this way, and this sort of kind of makes this irregular arc, but still yet, these are cocked forward a little bit. So I think that maybe this isn't moving as freely as it should, so we're gonna take it apart, and it's real easy, pull the bolt out, just see if you can move it, and if it moves free, then that has nothing to do with it. If it doesn't, then we might be onto something. Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's pretty tight. All right, well, that may have something to do with it. All right, so let's take it apart and see if we can free it up. So it's a steel arm, and it's got flange, and then the anti-roll bar itself here, we put this in here a few years ago, and it's probably just, me not, the car's just been sitting for a while, so probably just needs some maintenance done. These are the spacers that we made to get them to match the width of the axle, and we had to weld these housings in and then weld these big braces and this bar, but it's a really nice setup. It's got Mazir arms. The arms are custom made by Mazir, the people who do the water pumps and flex plates and stuff. And then I believe the center is made by Mazir as well. It's a really, really nice piece. It's got some snap rings here, and then it has like a Delrin bushing with a ball, aluminum ball. I'll get it apart here and we'll have a look. There goes that. Damn! I'm gonna kick your ass! You can kind of see the setup here. I'm gonna take it over in a parts washer and take it all apart, clean it all up real good, re-oil it, and make sure it's not twisted or nothing, and see if we can make it move. All right, so I got it out. I'm gonna take it over here to zip ice wash out. There it is. It's a big monster. And it has these bushings. So this sits inside of this. This sits inside the housing in the car. This sits inside this. As you can see, it's kind of concave in there for this ball. And then this ball, it basically acts as a misalignment bushing. And then it also has splines on it to help keep it turning this and keep it all straight within the chassis. So I'm gonna clean this stuff up as best I can. I don't know what's going on with it. I was using some different type of grease maybe back then, or just oil, I can't tell, but whatever it is, you can see where it's sticking. Like it'll move a little bit and stick, move a little bit and stick, like probably different ride heights that I've had the car over the years. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and smooth all this up. I might rough this up so I can get some grease to sit in the surface, but gonna get it all clean and smooth, and then we'll try some grease, or probably high pressure lube or something like that. Maybe thin it up a little bit with some tri-flow or something. See if we can make it move like butter, like butter. Got them all cleaned up, scuffed up, ready to go. Big guy here. And I'm gonna use some, I thought about it, and I think the high pressure lube would probably last the longest and work the best as far as just making it movable, but it needs to be easier than that, whether I have to take it apart every 100 runs and do this or whatever it is. But so I'm gonna use assembly lube, like Slick 50 or something assembly lube. Basically the same thing you use on like industrial cabinet drawer slides and stuff like that. Make them slide like new. So I'm gonna put some in here, and then I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna put some inside of here, put those together, slide them over this, and pop it in place. Insert the shaft. Presses in there. Yep. Snap ring install. One-handed snap ring install. Oh man. Come on. There we go. There we go. Haha! Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Alrighty then. So now, in theory, it should rotate. So after a hard-fought battle, it's back in there. It moves. It's a lot better than before, but it's still not like ball bearing, smooth, but it does move a whole lot easier. And it's smooth all the way through, which is good, but I am gonna get another set of bushings for it and see if I can't clearance them, because I'm scared to keep clearancing on these without rubbing through or something. So I'm gonna get another set and keep working on it. Small tire stuff, I guess. On to the next thing.